Good morning. I'm going to explain today about solving simultaneous equations by graphing. In the previous lesson, you took how to linear equations. So as a warm-up activity, graph the linear equation y equals 2x plus 1. The equation is already given in slope-intercept form, so I can pick out the slope. It's 2, which means 2 over 1, and the y-intercept is 1. In this graph, I want to plot first the y-intercept, which is 1, then rise over run. The rise is 2, the run is 1. I have to plot now the points here. Then join the 2 points and you will get the line of the equation y equals 2x plus 1. If I take any point at this line, it should satisfy this equation. What do I mean by this? If I take, for example, this point, 1, 3, x is 1, y is 3, replace x by 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, 3. Yes, I get y equals to 3. Negative 2, negative 3. Let me try to substitute x by negative 2. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 plus 1 is negative 3, so I get y equals to negative 3. This must work in any point at this line. Now, in the same grid, I want to graph another linear equation y equals negative x plus 4. Slope is negative 1, which means negative 1 over 1. Y-intercept is 4. This is the equation, this is the line of the previous equation. Now this equation, I have to start from y-intercept 4, negative 1 over 1, so go down 1 step. For the rise, run to the right 1 step, join the 2 lines, you will get the line of the equation y equals negative x plus 4. The point 23 is the only point that satisfies the two equations. What do I mean by this? If you take any point in the green line, let me take, for example, this point, 3, 1, and I go and I replace here, negative x, it means negative 3 plus 4. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1, so yes, I get y equals to 1. Take this point, x is 1. Negative x means negative 1. Negative 1 plus 4 equals to 3. I get y equals to 3. The only point that satisfies the two equations at the same time, and I mean by the two equations the one that I graphed already before, which I get this black line, and the new one with a green line, the only point that satisfies both of them is 1, 3. So the solution of the given simultaneous equations is the point of intersection between the two lines. What do I mean by simultaneous equations? When I have two equations with two variables and they have one value. Definition of simultaneous equations: equations involving two or more unknowns. For this lesson, we are going to take only two unknowns, two variables, x and y, that are to have the same values in each equation. So the value of x in the first and in the second is the same. The value of y in the first and in the second equation is also the same. Some more examples. Here, I'm showing you two lines that are graphed. The first line is x plus y equals to 6. The second one, x minus y equals to 3. Any point at this line, it has point that satisfies the equation x plus y equals to 6. This line tells you all the pair of values which satisfy the equation x minus y equals to 3. At this point, the values of x and y satisfy both rules.
This is what we are doing when we are solving simultaneous equations. So to solve simultaneous equations by graphing means to graph the two lines, and then the point of intersection is the only point that satisfies the two equations, which means it is the solution.
One more example. Solve the simultaneous equations y equals x plus 4, y plus x equals to 0. First equation, y equals x plus 4. I have to make sure that the equation is given in slope-intercept form. Yes, it is. Y equals mx plus c. Pick out m, the coefficient of x, which is the slope. It is 1. This means it is 1 over 1, rise over run. The y-intercept, it's the constant number. It is 4. Plot 4 the y-intercept, then the slope rise 1, run 1, plot the other point and join them to get the line of the equation y equals x plus 4. Now the second equation, y plus x equals to 0. This equation is not given in slope-intercept form. I have to write it in slope-intercept form. So y equals, get the x to the other side, it will be negative x. Now I can pick out the slope and the y-intercept. Before the x there is a negative, this means it's negative 1, so negative 1 over 1 is my slope. I cannot see any constant number, this means the y-intercept is 0. Again, go to your graph, plot the first point at 0, then rise is negative 1, so go down one step, run is 1, and draw the line. Now I have the two lines of the two equations that are given. The common point, which is the point of intersection, is negative 2, 2. This means that my solution is negative 2, 2. This is the only point that satisfies the two lines, which means those are the only two values for x and y that satisfies the two equations. So x is negative 2, y is 2. To make sure that your work is correct, go to the first equation, substitute x by negative 2. Negative 2 plus 4 is 2. I get y equals to 2. Go to the second equation, y plus x, 2 plus negative 2 is 0. It works in both of them. Thank you.